So today we are going to be making a kimono dress. It is up on my screen, you can see it. So the first thing I did was to fold my material into two. It is called an organza material. Then next, I'm working with the neck. I started with the neck. I came in by 3 inches for the width at the neck part. Then the next thing I want to do is to get my neck. So don't forget, I folded this material into two, both the front and the back. So for the length of my neck, I came in by 1 inches. So now I'm going to connect my neck using my curve rule. I'm going to be using my chalk to do that. So this is after drawing out our neck parts. You can see the way it's looking. After using my curve rule, the next thing I want to do is to work on my sleeve. And because this is a kimono sleeve, it is going to be a large sleeve. So what I did was to take my tape rule and place it at the edge of the material, and I came down by 13 inches for my sleeve. You can make yours more longer than this. It depends on you. So for me, I'm coming down by 13 inches. That is how large I want my sleeve to be. So now I have marked out 13 inches. Then the next step to do. So the next thing I want to do is to mark out my bust measurement. You can see the way I came in from the folded material and I mark out my bust measurements. And because a kimono is always large, you have to put like an extra allowance. So I added 3 inches allowance to this material so that it can be more larger as a kimono. So you can make yours more tighter, you can make yours more free. But for me, I added 3 inches allowance after placing in my breast measurements. So you can see where I placed it. It is around where I marked out my sleeve. So you can see where I placed it. It is around where I marked out my sleeve. So the next thing I want to do is to draw a straight line down to the length of my kimono. You can see the way I'm just making a curve there and I am drawing it straight down to the kimono dress. You can see. So guys, let me rephrase again. I came in by 9.5 inches, then I added 3 inches allowance and I make a straight line. Kimono is very, very simple. I didn't know it's very, very simple as this because this is my first time making it also. So I just like to try new things and share it up here. So this is after making a straight line. After drawing the straight line, now we are just going to cut out our neck parts. You can see I'm just going to use my scissors to cut out our neck parts. And the next thing I want to do is to cut out that line. So I want to cut out the line now, line straight. You can see that curve. Then I'm going to follow it and cut it down. So I'm just going to use my scissors to cut the other side also. So the next thing I want to do is to come in by 7 inches from my neckline. That is going to serve as my shoulder measurement. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to add additional piece to the hand of the kimono because I want it more longer. So now I'm just going to measure the length of my kimono sleeve. So when I measured it to the actual material, it was 7 and I needed the long sleeve to be 24. I don't know if you understand that part. I needed the long sleeve to be 24 and we have 7 here as the length. So now I'm going to minus 7 from 24 and I'm going to cut out another piece outside the kimono, this actual material that we have here, and I'm going to join it. So guys, we are here at the front. I have already left the back already. I brought in the front. So the next thing I want to do is to cut out where I'm going to put in my band. So now I'm going to be coming in by 2.5 inches from the neck. So that is going to serve as where I'm going to put my band. So I'm just going to use my chalk to mark it out. I came in by 2.5 inches from my neck and I'm going to slash it with my scissors to the bottom of the kimono dress. So you can see the way I'm just cutting it at the middle. I'm going to cut it down. So guys, this is after cutting in the 2.5 inches from the front, which we are going to be putting our band. I'm just trying to show you guys the way it's looking. You can see. The next thing I want to do is to bring in the back material and the front material and sew in my shoulder together. So I'm just going to be placing the shoulder together, the front and the back shoulder together. So you can see I'm going to be sewing it straight. I'm going to be stitching it straight there. And I'm going to do that for the other side, the other shoulder also. So this is after stitching it together. You can see the way it's looking after stitching my shoulder together, and you can see the front, the way it's already looking like kimono, the front already. You can see the space at the front of my kimono. So guys, after sewing in the shoulder part, the next thing I want to do is to measure the sleeve, the width of the sleeve for both kimono, which is the front and the back. So after measuring it, I'm going to add it to the piece that I'm going to add to the sleeve. I don't know if you understand that part. If you're not understanding that part, kindly comment so I can explain well. So guys, I'm just coming to the sleeve that I want to add. Like, this is the extra piece I want to add to the sleeve. So you can see I'm just measuring what I have in the actual material to the piece that I want to add to the sleeve. So this is it. And the next thing I want to do is to join it. I'm just going to join that piece to the sleeve. And I'm going to sew, and I'm going to stitch the end part of the sleeve. So you can see the way I'm joining it. You can see that is going to serve as our sleeve, and it's going to be long the way we want it to be. So guys, this is after fixing my extra piece to my sleeve. You can see the way it's looking, and I make sure I stitch the bottom of the sleeve. So the next thing I want to do is just to join it. I want to join the body measurements from the sleeve. You can see the sleeve, how long it is, how wide it is, and how we added extra piece to the actual material. So guys, next thing I want to do is just to sew in the side of my material and the sleeve. So you can see this is the side I'm going to do, and I'm going to sew the other parts of my kimono also. So guys, this is after sewing in my sleeve and my body measurements. So the next thing I want to do is to put in my band. So I just put in my band, width is 2.5 inches, and I'm going to be handing my band, and I'm going to be taking this to the tailor to whip it, and that is all guys. I'm going to be putting my band now, and I'm going to whip the side so it's going to be more neater. That's all. If you have any question, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see the way I'm just placing in my band. You can see, and I'm going to sew it together down. I'm going to make sure it is round. So that is all for this kimono video. Thank you. Bye.